hear me? Happy Father's Day. You know what I'm saying? Happy Father's Day. 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 You hear me? Happy Father's Day. And I first want to say Happy Father's Day. You know what I'm saying? Um, Secondly, I want to say this video was made and appointed to speak on the behalf of knowing and concerning absolutely when the enemy is trying to use you. I'm finna expose the enemy today. You hear me? I'm finna expose the enemy today. I'm finna make the earth tremble even more. I'm finna make everything shake that need to be shaken up from right here where I'm at. You understand? So, listen, and it came to me because, listen, today I didn't drive my own car to church. You know what I'm saying? And I probably won't next Sunday either. It's all right. It's all right. Today was a Father's Day service. Um, one of the women in my retreat was baptized today. She gave her and devoted herself to God, and she was baptized, and she was given the Holy Spirit of resurrection. So she walks in new power, new authority over the dominion of things. So in the midst of all of that, I just want to testify, and I first want to say that to this testimony, where the enemy is trying to use and trying to cause confliction and affliction and confusion and all the craziness and the looniness, I will not allow him to use me, and that's in Jesus' mighty name. I will not allow the enemy to use me any more that he's already have used me in my past, any more that he's already manipulated me with this situation. Because I first want to say that I am not the mother in 2024 who has been also the father to her children. You hear me? I'm not the first mother. I'm not the first mother, and I probably won't be the last. You understand? But it is important for me to stay grounded. It's important for you to stay grounded, and know that God is wholeheartedly the unconditional lover to the fatherless, and also to you. He's the first father. Your earthly father is the former and the second father. You understand? So you have to understand that and appreciate that. And to this point, I think that's the reason why God allowed me to face that. Now, I said all of that because, honey boo boo, and some of y'all might laugh, but baby girl, my teammates left me. You hear me? They left me and completely said they had more important things to do after church rather than to wait on me, give some more devoted time to God. They had more important things to do. You understand? And I'm cooking, so I can't be out here just way out here in the yard speaking too much. You understand? But listen, the enemy wanted to use me so bad and wanted me to, you know, go and run into where the earth is shaking, being shooken up, and where it's trembling at, and I refuse. One of the songs that was ministered and that we listened to today was standing firm on the foundation of God, and the firm foundation of God. That's the thing. And the Lord has spoken to me before that me and my child, me and my daughter, we're standing on the firm foundation of God, of salvation, and nobody can come against us when we on this rock. You understand? Nobody can come against us where we standing at. You hear me? He's covering us. That's unconditional. That's love. That's Father. You know what I'm saying? And you know, um, my child's father has not been in her life before she was born, and to her 5 years of age, she still doesn't know him. But listen, let me tell you who I am. I am not the mother that feels boys. You hear me? I am not an empathetic type of person. You know what I'm saying? I don't work and maneuver out of a Jezebel spirit. My mother, she works and she maneuvers out of a Jezebel spirit. She always has. Now she's never been married. You know what I'm saying? But she's always filled void and filled empathy, you know, wanted to be this matter to a man, and she's went through plenty of men. You know what I'm saying? I'm far from the most. Understand that because my daughter, and this is the honest to God truth, no man, you know what I'm saying? No man has got to meet my daughter. You know what I'm saying? I remember when this one dude, he liked me or whatever, and he was like, why haven't I got to meet your daughter yet? And it's just like, I don't give my blessings to the world. I don't give my gifts to the world. You know what I'm saying? That's why I can answer it now, but I didn't answer it then. Then I was speechless. I didn't say anything to that person. But to answer his question now, I don't give my gifts and give my blessings to the world. You know what I'm saying? What means the most to me, what I take most pride and possession in, on this earth is Carliana. That's my baby girl. You know what I'm saying? I will not give her to the world for anything. I will yet raise her up in the Lord because my house will stand on the rock of God. My house is the firm foundation that was built by God. You understand? So, but the enemy just really wanted to use me. This is absolutely where I need to be at. This is absolutely where we need to be at. This is absolutely for us, and you know, and I don't and like I said, y'all, I'm not, and that's what the enemy tries to do whenever he comes, like a flood, like a rush. You know what I'm saying? Whenever I went into that prayer, you know what I'm saying, all about that moment right there. And it's just like, good God Almighty, because I know you got something greater through that. You understand? So it's not for me. It's not for me to go and do God's job. It's not for me to go and do that. But I can speak my fruits from right here that I'm not the first mother. I'm not the legendary mother, the only mother that has raised their or the child, the children alone. And there are many more like me. They don't believe in giving their children to the world. So no, a man hasn't filled that emptiness. A man hasn't gotten to fill that void. A man hasn't gotten to come into her space of opportunity for the sake of her children and protection of her children. Because you never know with people. You know what I'm saying? And that's one that I am. You never know with people. You know what I'm saying? And I forbid giving mine up to the world. You understand? So I was a little upset. I was a little intrigued, and today is Father's Day, and it was even a thing that I wanted it to try to connect with my child's father and maybe send him a gift on Father's Day. But if it was a desire to where it thinks that I'm giving him a gift and that I'm buying some type of recognition, then I don't want that. I truly and honestly don't. You know what I'm saying? You see me for what you know me as. You see me for who you see me as. And it's not me to buy or bid into anything that makes you look my way. If forgetting about me is the good in you, then that's okay. That's okay. Because God is allowing you to forget about me. God is allowing you to not have recognition over me and my child. But me personally, I don't think it's necessarily my child. I just think it may be a personal thing with me. It could be something that was committed in these courses, in these activities that that absolutely he just didn't want nothing to do with me. But maybe if I was to go away, then maybe he'd want to take partnership to the child. Or maybe if my baby was born by somebody else or something like that, maybe, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I completely don't know. And then like in the prayer, like whenever me and the woman was praying, me and these women, because it wasn't just a woman, when me and the other two ladies were praying, she was talking about in her marriage, you know what I'm saying? And I don't even honestly know if I'm seeking God for a marriage. I don't really even know if that's the thing that I want in my future. I'm completely comfortable with being alone and just, having God the head of my household at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't nobody ever treated me better than he has, and I don't feel good allowing myself to be used by people anymore. I don't, It was just like a trauma that I've always felt, like whenever they left me, like it wasn't even just the leaving me, it was just like, it's always that, about my family, because I've always felt like I've been treated different. Like my sisters, they were taught to call me a thief. They were taught to call me the devil's child. They were really taught that, and they were taught to mistreat me and taught me about my father and his mistakes, things that I weren't even making for him. And it's just like I've always been felt apart in my family. I've always been treated less than in my family. But I've just gotten to that point where I'm okay. I'm okay. People can say what they want to say about me, but it's not going to deteriorate me any longer than I've allowed the enemy to use me. People can do what they want, but my God is my protector and he has my vengeance. He has my repay. I've never seen him fail me. You know what I'm saying? I'm blessed and highly favored. I'm here because of him. When death tried to take me out, you understand? Like, people don't understand that, he walked away from us, and that's okay. Because I remember praying to God, because God also came back to me as I was seeking him, and he reminded me, do you remember whenever you prayed for everything that wasn't right for you to walk away? And so I couldn't, at that point, I couldn't even be upset at my child's father anymore, because if you're not right for me, you're not right for my child, it don't matter. You know good for me, and that's okay. That's okay. But I know who I am. I know my truth. I know my light. I know what Jesus did for me. I know what he did for my child at the end of the day. And, I just refuse to allow the enemy to operate and misuse me or anybody else. You know what I'm saying? And that's a lot of people's problem, that because you really lessen people that have a lot of faith in God, and that render and go to God about any and everything privately and openly. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all really like make mistakes by them people by simply trying to call them crazy. You know what I'm saying? Y'all simply try to call them people crazy, and half the time it's not crazy. It's not crazy. It's the enemy using you, misusing you, and it's just, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't be mad. You can't be mad any longer than you've already been mad. When I realized that God made the bottom, and what he made the bottom for, because it came to me that God made the bottom, but he made the bottom because after he sent Jesus, after Jesus bore the sin on the cross, and then he went home to his father, to our father, genuinely, because Jesus is my brother. I even learned something else in today's lesson, that God is me and Carliana's first father. So therefore, we are siblings to Jesus. That makes us siblings as well. I'm not just her mother. She's not just my daughter. We're sisters, all the way into eternity. And nothing can make me turn away from that. Nothing can make me not lead my sister to where she needs to be. You know what I'm saying? And that's how a lot of people need to be. See, a lot of people go out of their way to hurt and manipulate somebody and lead them to the desert and abandon them and leave them there instead of picking them up wherever they need help. You know what I'm saying? And then even more so, it's so misadvantaged that you allow that person to help you and pick you up to where you need help. And whenever you get built and big and strong on, that's where you abandon and leave and forsake them. Once you get everything you need, that's where you advantage, and you move away from them. You know what I'm saying? You can't be them type of people. You can't be that type of follower. You can't be that type of Christian to where you any longer allow people to misuse you and guide you. Take up your blessings, take up your gifts. You giving out your offering and tyrants to people that don't want anything good for you. They're trying to make your water well run dry. You know what I'm saying? So y'all have a blessed day. You know what I'm saying? I apologize for getting emotional. You know what I'm saying? If it's on my behalf to even say so, but I want everybody to have a happy Father's Day. I want everybody to have a good day. And like I told God, you know what I'm saying? If I don't know, you know what I'm saying, but don't ever doubt what God can do. You understand? I don't ever doubt that. You understand? And I just want to say that, if when the day comes, I'm speaking to the day. When the day comes, I could see myself walking away and turning from things. You know what I'm saying? I could see myself where it's like, at first. at first, whenever this appointed time, because there's a divine and appointed time where God is making me and this person, me and my child's father and her, cross paths, and he recognizes us, is the sad thing. But I have to be strong enough to not allow the enemy to walk away, because God showed me that, and it wasn't in the devil tried to misuse what God was giving me, and it's absolutely not for me to say, oh, you don't remember me whenever you walked away for 5 years, or whatever happened. You don't remember that. Oh, you see me now. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to do that. And secondly, it came back. God re-showed it to me, but He showed it to me acting like this. I'm not gonna do any fighting with you, um, over the control and the dictation of you, about anything that you have going on. So I mean, you hear me? The opportunity is always yours to walk away and continue to go where you've been going, because I'm not doing, I don't, like I said before, I don't do fighting over people unless it's my children and the protection for them. I'm not doing anything. I'm not operating out of anything more or less than that. And I'm gonna just tell you that. People, I've learned to let people say what they have to say about me, and speak where they want to speak. And I've seen them put themselves into a rabbit hole that they couldn't get themselves out of, because God got my vengeance, He got my pay, He got my saying, He got my day. And at the end of the day, I'm not letting, you know what I'm saying? So if that woman is willing to fight for you, to prove to you that you hers, she can keep controlling that, she can keep having that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going there for that. You know what I'm saying? Because God got better for my future, and if He need me to have a man, He gonna make it be the right man. You understand? It ain't gonna be the man that get to operate out of doing what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? It's go to church and get to know the Lord and do right by me, my children, all your children, because I'm not a selfish person at all. You know what I'm saying? So God bless y'all. Y'all have a blessed day, and happy Father's Day.